Well, thanks everyone for hanging with that. We've had a couple episodes now that have been either all talking to crew members or all codex, and I understand that that's not exactly what we are playing this game for. I'd like it to be a little bit more action, a little bit less talky-talky, but I think that long-term, obviously, that will end up being the case. I think there's a lot of codex going on in the early part of the game. There will still be, of course, codex going on throughout the game, but hopefully not as much later on. So hopefully you're bearing with me through these early episodes that are heavy dialogue, heavy codex, because I don't think it'll be as bad going forward. I'm going to try to make it so that it's not strictly one episode that is all codex stuff like it has been kind of recently. But anyway, quick note. You may be wondering, why is it that we're still exploring the Artemis Tau cluster when we should be getting to Novaria or Pharos? And I would say it's two things. One is minor reason. We know now that we have this quest where we're trying to pick up rare earths and gases and all kinds of stuff for whatever the heck that quest is for. Picking up materials for the Alliance or for the Council or for the Normandy to do more stuff. I don't know. I forget what the actual purpose is, but the fact is that we need it, so we're going to be scanning worlds for it. And the other is that we know that in the Artemis Tau cluster, in fact, in this very solar system, the Geth were trying to kidnap Liara. And so it's reasonable, I think, for Shepard to assume that Saren and his flagship must be nearby. So we're going to explore the entire cluster on the off chance that he's here. So anyway, the planet that we're viewing right now is Zakros, which is a terrestrial world with a nitrogen-methane atmosphere containing trace amounts of hydrocarbons. Its frigid surface is mainly composed of water ice and hydrocarbon slush. Most of the surface is not solid enough to support the full weight of a landed ship. If approach is necessary, use shuttles or keep the ship's mass effect envelope up. Roger that, won't be going near it. What the? Oh, that's Therum, okay. Did we view Phaistos yet? I think we did. And Armeni. Armeni, where they all wear designer suits. Armeni is a terrestrial world with an unusually thin atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Ugh. It's pretty though, pretty color. Its surface is composed of silica with deposits of carbonaceous materials. The initial flyby probe of Armeni detected multiple areas at the equator with oddly regular surface protrusions. Closer investigation revealed these as millions of elaborate crypts a few meters below the surface, left by a long-extinct spacefaring species called the Zeoff. Many human universities wish to perform archaeological excavations. Council law holds grave sites as sacrosanct, however, and the matter has been tied up in court for a decade. That is actually something that I can relate to personally. Pem can, I mean. I was, as some of you may know, an anthropology student in college. I was specifically focused in archaeology, and as a part of that focus, I engaged in an archaeological field school in New Mexico in the United States. And one of the things we had to be very careful of in New Mexico was if we came across human remains, we had to instantly stop digging. Because the Native American tribes in the region were very upset about the remains of their ancestors being dug up. And so it was strictly verboten. And that I think is by a federal government decree. There was an act passed back in, I think, the early 90s maybe? I forget what it's called, but there was an actual law passed back in the early 90s. I think it was the early 90s, that prohibited the excavation of human remains in the United States without express consent by the local Native American tribe, which is fine on its own, but it was a little bit frustrating in the specific case because I'm sorry, this is a tangent. This is not related at all to Mass Effect, so just bear with me for a second. The site that we were digging up was over 1,000 years old, and the people in the area, the local tribe in the area, was the Navajo, and the Navajo have ethnographically been demonstrated to have only moved into the region in the last 600 years or so, 500 or 600 years or so. So it technically was not the Navajo's ancestors, it was somebody else that the Navajo supplanted, and possibly even, killed off, who knows, but the Navajo did not want it dug up on the grounds that they believed that they had always been there. even though you could prove anthropologically that they had not always been there. So, kind of a case of, I won't call it religious feeling, because it's not really religious, but it kind of relies on that sort of view of sanctity, or, yeah. I think that last description of the planet actually said something about sanctified, or sanctuary, something like that. Sanctity over science, which I think is an unfortunate circumstance, because I would think you would like to learn more about the people who lived where you used to live, even if they were or weren't your ancestors, but I won't proclaim any more about that. Anyway, we're currently viewing Arcanes. I'm going to say that's how it's pronounced. A small hydrogen-helium gas giant, Arcanes has been developed as a full-featured, if modest, stopover for ships hauling refined materials from Therum. In addition to a powerful magnetic field to dump drive charge, Arcanes has a largely automated infrastructure of helium-3 refining and deuterium mining on its many water-ice moons. Very nice. Let's survey the planet, shall we? We discovered a gas deposit. Okay. Now, I forget, we started in Athens, I think. Let's go to Sparta.
Message coming in.
Uh-oh.
Patching it through.
Commander Shepard,
oh, no.
My name is Nasana Dantius.
Nasana Dantius.
I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Wasn't there a young Asari woman that we encountered in that Diplomat's Lounge who wanted nothing to do with us the first time around? I think there was. We are in the solar system Sparta. Let's investigate Tremonre. Tremonre is a dwarf planet composed of light magnesium silicates with deposits of aluminum. Its surface is covered by wide swaths of ancient, dark basaltic lava, possibly indicating the world was created through an impact with some other body in the system. Tremonre's magnetic field is non-existent. This makes it impossible for ships to dump drive charge from orbit. That said, Tremonre's minuscule gravity allows even cruiser-sized vessels to land safely for direct grounding. Okay. Edolus.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Uh-oh. Edolus is a terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Edolus's surface is covered by wide deserts of silicate sand with only a few areas of igneous rock highlands to break the abrasive dust-choked wind. Edolus's orbit is congested with debris thrown inwards by the gravity of the gas giant Antamalka. Due to a high rate of meteor impacts, exploration is highly dangerous. Well, there's a distress beacon, so we better go investigate, shall we? I actually don't know who to bring here. Let's bring Tali. No, let's not bring Tali. Let's bring Caden and Ashley. Sure. Shh. Holy shit! Let's check out the old map here. We got debris, distress signal, and anomaly. Let's try to do it in a loop, shall we? Set destination. Hello, what's this? Well, that's not a good sign. A vehicle much like ours, stranded on the surface. Okay, we'll climb over this ridge, go check out this debris first. Oh, hang on. Looks like we've got something on the radar up here. Hello. Begin survey of mineral. Yes. Now! What a weird way to survey something. A deposit of lithium, eh? Alright. Let's quick save that so we don't lose it. And let's check the map one more time. Okay, so north-northeast then. Was it Apollo 16 that took the moon rover up? I think it was Apollo 16. This is as close as we'll ever get as just regular old people to participating in the moon rover. EVA. Salvage. Yeah, I'm going to say there's no way I'll be able to do that. My electronic skill is too low. Alrighty. Anomaly next, I suppose. Due north, basically. So yeah, we're still exploring the Artemis Tau cluster because it is possible that Saren's nearby. In fact, that would be reasonable to assume that, I think. That said, Pem knows that he is not. Or if he is, at least, Pem knows that we do not find him. But we're going to do it anyway. And then I think that Nasana Dantius' message did seem rather... What the hell is this thing? It's up? Rather important, so we probably should head back to the Citadel. She clearly did not feel comfortable giving... What the hell? More information than she did, so... More... Interesting to meet her in person, I think. Oh, it's very small. Very hard to spot. Mummified Solarian. Ugh. Recover artifact. Okay. ID tag recovered. You found Captain Mylon's identification tag. How it ended up here is impossible to know for sure. Well, clearly it ended up here because of his body. How his body ended up here is the question, I think. Let's check the journal. Because we got a few coming at us here. You found a Solarian artifact. Keep looking for more. We have 10 League medallions, 3 Solarian ID tags. These collection quests, this and the gas survey and then the matriarch one, I don't know if I'm going to do it all. I won't go out of my way to complete it, I guess. If we find them all through the course of the LP, that's fine. Looking for the recon team. Okay, I presume that's what the distress call is about. Missing Marines. Uh-oh, missing Marines. I think I know this one. Meet with Nasana in the Embassy Lounge on the preceding level of the Citadel. Yes, okay, we'll be doing that after we finish Artemis Tau, I think. Okay, map. Whoa! Shepard, what the hell, man? Drive. Drive more carefully, please. Whoa! Whoa! Oh right, I should probably quick save. Haven't done that in a while. Okay, let's just crest the ridge here. We can get off this hellhole. sounded like it landed right behind me. Looks questionable. Kind of feels like we're walking into a trap. Oh boy. Yep. Shit. Thresher maw. You know, my shepherd would have a particular fear of these beasties, since it was thresher maws that wiped out his entire unit on a cruise, if you remember. So he feels a certain oh fuck kind of panic, but also a I will fuck this thing up kind of desire for not really revenge, because it wasn't this one that did it, but like a urge to just destroy what has hurt him previously. Oh, quick save failed, of course. Oh god, what the fuck? Oh shit. Fire! Ooh, yep, I didn't realize I got that close. First death? Was that the first death? Can't remember, honestly. Honestly can't remember if that was the first death or not. I think it was. I'm trying to think what mission I would have died. No, that's not the first death. I died in the Theron mission a couple times, didn't I? With the hoppers and everything. I hate thresher maws. Not just shepherd, but I hate thresher maws. God damn it. Because of that. Because there's some things you just can't control. It's just kind of the luck of the draw where they come up sometimes. I think, anyway. I've never noticed a pattern. Maybe you guys know a pattern. I don't know. Really loud for some reason. Yikes! Ah, god damn it, I hate it when they do that. Bastard. Die! Fucking die! Please don't jump up right in front of me. 'Cause you're almost dead. Yay! And we leveled up. Let's take care of that now. Okay. Well, Ashley, we have a lot of points to spend on Ashley, don't we? Okay. Let's give her some to assault rifles. Let's give her some to combat armor so we can unlock first aid. Let's unlock heavy armor. Let's give her a few to fitness. So she gets immunity. Let's give her another to soldier. Advanced shield boost. Another to first aid, and another to assault rifles. Sure. Caden, same thing. A lot of points to spend. Okay, let's get advanced barrier. Let's get stasis. And give that a few points. Let's get electronics. So we have overload. Let's get lift. Throw another in lift, actually. Okay. Now Malcolm. Let's get a store discount. And put one into tactical armor, I suppose. Looks good to me. Now let's investigate this site here. Now that we've destroyed the problem, which was the thresher maw, a little bit of not that I keep trying to say vengeance, but it's not vengeance, but a little. It feels a little sweet to Shepard to have destroyed one of those without having lost any of his teammates. The distress beacon lured them here, you think?
We need to tell them what happened here.
How do you know they're Admiral Kahoku's men? So who set up the distress beacon then? All to be discovered another time, I suppose. Okay, Mako. It's the Mako, damn it. It's not the Mako. Who the hell calls it the Mako? Well, let's return to the Normandy then, I think. We've explored pretty much everything. I know I could go all around and find other deposits and stuff, but come on, let's just go. When it comes to exploring planets, I think I'm just going to stick to the script, you know, as much as it is a script there. Okay, let's continue. Finishing up the Sparta system, moving on to, I forget what the last system is. Altaia. Altaia is an unusually large terrestrial world with trace atmosphere of methane and ammonia. The surface is frozen and mainly composed of sandstone and other sedimentary rocks with deposits of iron and chlorides. Judging by the sedimentary composition of the crust, it appears that Altaia once possessed an atmosphere thick enough to support some form of liquid. What cataclysm stripped the atmosphere and left the planet to freeze is not currently known. Fine. Edolus. Antamalka. Antamalka is a large hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sulfur in the atmosphere. Its massive gravity well tugs many asteroids from the outer belt inwards past the orbit of Altaia and Edolus and eventually settle into the inner belt. Antamalka's orbit is congested with hundreds of captured moons. Most last only a few thousand years before being ejected, dragged down into the atmosphere, or ripped apart by tidal forces and added to the gas giant's immense rings. Attempting to navigate this chaotic environment is hazardous at best. Ships without military-grade kinetic barriers are likely to suffer catastrophic impacts. Well, now that we know the risks, let's survey. Detected a large concentration of hydrogen. Excellent. And lastly, Alsages, whatever. Small distant Alsages is a small terrestrial with a trace atmosphere of methane and argon. The surface is composed of water ice and calcium with occasional deposits of light metals. During the Alliance's pirate suppression campaign in the 2160s, the Batarian Ilaum Ran-Para was caught with his frigate Tunaran grounded on Alsages for drive discharge. When challenged by the cruiser Hyderabad, Ran-Para refused to surrender. The Tunaran was destroyed attempting to take off. The debris is strewn across the southern hemisphere. Cool. Survey this planet as well. Discovered a small deposit of plutonium. Fine. That, I think, finishes up Sparta. Let's check Macedon. Yes, I'd like to travel to another system, please. start on the inside. Charchala. Oh boy. Warning, level 1 pressure hazard. Charchala has a very dense atmosphere of ammonia and oxygen. Its temperature surface is mainly composed of alumina with deposits of sulfur. Comm buoys in the system have recently logged a number of unregistered vessels operating nearby. Charchala has an extensive silicon-based oxygen-breathing ecology. Oh, cool. Heavily populated areas are covered with fine silica, silicon dioxide, dust, the respiratory byproduct of the world's higher animal life forms. High-speed surface winds, often laden with abrasive silica dust, present a hazard. In areas where the wind deposits a great deal of silica, footing can be treacherous. EVAs are discouraged. Well, unregistered landings, that sounds like a reason to check things out. We could perhaps find something related to the Geth or Saren here. Imagine it would be them doing the unregistered landings. Given that we think we're going up against the Geth, let's bring Tally and Garrus. Do 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 dum bum ba bum do 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 bum ba bum. Woo! Touchdown, baby! Alright, check the map. We're here. We have debris here, a stronghold here, and an anomaly here. Let's check the debris first, I suppose. Onward! Ho! Level 1 hazard that will mean we want to limit our exposure to the atmosphere if we can help it. Whoa! Whoa! Shit! What do you guys think of the Mako missions in Mass Effect? I know some people say like, oh man, they were great, I wish they would have never gotten rid of them. And other people are like, they were just kind of boring. I don't know, I personally found them fun the first time through and kind of tedious after that, but let's try manual bypass first. Did it. Oh, ammo upgrade and armor upgrade. Ooh, toxic seals level 3. Hey. Nifty. Okay, let's get back inside. Come on, guys. Right. Map. Let's check out the stronghold. Whatever that's going to be. I don't know. It's fun bouncing around on the planet, but after a while you're just like, okay, can I just do the thing that I'm supposed to do here on the planet and not have to drive everywhere first? I don't know. Exploration is fun when there's more things to see, I suppose. But when it's 10 minutes of riding around for, 30 seconds of getting out of the vehicle and doing a mini game, it's like, okay. It's not really exploration. Well, I guess it is exploration, but it doesn't feel very rewarding, I suppose. Whoa. Uh-oh. What do we got here? Oh boy. We got something big. Ow. I don't know if it's Geth. It looks like it might be Geth. Find a better spot. Yeah, someplace with more cover. So our shields are getting eaten up here. Give it a moment. Well, that's not really what I wanted there. Hang on. Oof. Line up the shot. There we go. There's a lot of them down there, whatever they are. I think they're Geth. Might need to get closer. In fact, let's try that. Can they get me down here? I don't think they can. Get back! Get back! Get back! Shit, there's another one up in the tower. Back, 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 back. Okay. This last bastard. I'm prepared to run this schmuck over. Pirate, huh? Okay, I missed him. I missed him. Hang on. We'll get him. Crunch! Oh, he went flying. That was fun.
That's the last of them.
Thanks. Alright, let's check this place out. What is it that they're trying to protect over here, huh? Let's just quick save it, even though I just did.
Moving out.
Unauthorized landings, eh?
Now it gets fun.
Shit! Is that Krogan? Can't really see anybody.
I'm on it.
Enemy is everywhere.
Shit.
I've lost shields.
I have lost shields, because I'm standing here like an idiot.
Enemy is everywhere.
I'm on it.
Let's do this. I don't think I can hit any of these dudes right now. Let's see. Let's switch to pistol for now. I think I need the distance. Holy shit. Health? There we go. Okay, let's... Can we throw his ass? Who's got a throw? I've got a throw. Okay, I don't know why I delayed there. Nope, I missed him. Suppressing fire! Where are you guys? You're not doing anything. Okay, I guess Garrus is laying down some fire.
Shield disabled.
Come on, I'm not hitting anybody, I'm just dying. The hell?